Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be several activities for your child that you can work on during this fall and winter. I don't know about you, but I personally feel like this winter is going to be a very long one, probably the longest one we've ever been through. And I have a little one, so I need to keep him entertained. So I thought I would share with you everything that I've been gathering and preparing for this winter. I have been working on this for so long just because I want to be prepared so that, when we have a day where we can't go outside because it's a high of 20 degrees or it's snowing or raining, and if you live in the north, you know. But this way I have stuff ready to go. I just pull it off the shelf, can give it to my son. A lot of it is educational, of course, and other stuff is just fun. I mean, when you teach your child, you also incorporate fun into it, of course, at this age as well. So let me start off by saying, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up if you enjoy this content. That way I can make additional videos like this down the line. I'd love to do it again, further into the winter if this is something you'd like to see. And I hope you enjoyed today's video and all the activities that I have planned.
For the first activity, I took mega blocks and spelled Lennix's name over each one. We stacked them or placed them alongside of each other. Also, take notice of the color pattern. You can do so many things with popsicle sticks, but recently we have been making letters out of them or making a color-sorted fence. You can also do many activities and crafts with pom-poms, but lately we have been making shapes with them, and it has been so much fun. An activity as simple as Play-Doh can preoccupy your child for hours. Be sure to get a set that's of interest to your child. I chose a construction site because my son is really into trucks and such. Egg hunts do not only happen in the spring in this house. I have pretend eggs that I let Lennix hunt for during the cold winter months too. Feel free to let your child decorate them with stickers and markers as well. Make your own mystery box and have your child guess what's inside. Also, no peeking. I found this number bus at the dollar spot in Target, but honestly, you could make it at home if you really wanted to. So they basically have like different number dots that your child can count, and then underneath it shows the number, and then I just show Lennix how you can line it up from 1 to 10, I think it goes to. He's still too young to do it by himself, but I'm working on it with him at the moment. I found this cute Q-tip daisy craft on Pinterest. I think Lennix is still a little bit too small for it, but hopefully by the springtime he will be up and ready to do it. So you just cut Q-tips in half, you get a pom-pom to put in the middle, and then out of pipe cleaners you can just shape a stem and a leaf. That's it. Another thing that we do is place felt stickers on felt. So as you can see, I have them organized according to animal here. You can count animals, so on and so forth. You could do this with anything, but it's a simple, fun activity. You can also make a tissue paper tree with tissue papers and just put the glue stick down first for your child and then have them stick them on. Believe it or not, I picked up a bunch of things to paint at the Dollar Tree. So I bought this dinosaur that Lennix can paint or sponge paint. I also bought this car that actually moves from the Dollar Tree. We haven't done it yet, but I think he'll love it when we do. And then I also bought this canvas for $1 at the Dollar Tree that he can paint. Like I just mentioned, you can make your own sponge to sponge paint. I just took a sponge from the kitchen and then put a clothespin on top, but we've also experimented that way as well. I have been teaching Lennix color sorting by just starting with 2 colors, and I drew a shape for the red and the green, and then I just have objects around the house that he can color sort accordingly with the shapes that I have made. Let your child explore by letting them draw and color on a chalkboard. Honestly, this is how I got Lennix to learn how to do circles and lines. A bubble glove is also another awesome activity to do with your child. For the next activity, I have made a game out of it. I put a bunch of shapes that I found at the dollar spot at Target into an old formula container that I cut out a hole in. And then you can basically just have your child put them in there and then have them open the container to get them back out. Another thing you can do is you can take the lids to wipe containers and you can hide the shapes underneath there. And then you can make a game out of it. You can have different color pom-poms, etc. that they have to pick up, and then they have to find the matching color for the shape. So you'll see what I do here. So here I found the yellow triangle and the yellow pom-pom ball, have them put it into their magic box. Same with the green square and the green pom-pom, and lastly with the pink circle and the pink pom-pom. I purchased these dinosaurs at Walmart. I'll link them below. I'm going to be teaching Lennix's dinosaurs. I also found this dinosaur number balance count game at the Target dollar spot. You could honestly try and make one yourself just by using household objects. But anyway, we go over the colors and numbers, and then he actually likes this more than I thought he would. But we take turns. This is another way to teach taking turns. Putting one egg on at a time. So I go, then he goes until it falls off and we have to start over again. This Melissa and Doug Joey magnetic dress-up kit is an awesome way to teach your child different professions. I have found these 3 educational books at the Target dollar spot during August and September. If you can't find them now, I will see if I can find other ones I can link. They were just $1. We've basically started with the colors and shapes, just started really simple, and I'll save the rest for over the years. So like you can see, we colored the sun yellow, the watermelons green, we count them, I read to him the instructions, and it's all in fun right now. He does know his colors, we're learning them, but it's just something different. Next activity is another game that I made up. Take a pen and a paper and write the ABCs in capital letters across the paper. All finished. Now next, take a bingo marker or a highlighter, marker of your choice, some alphabet letters. I will link these below, but they could be any alphabet letters. Put them in a jar, and you are going to have your child reach into the jar and pull out a letter. Once they find a letter, they're going to have to find it on the paper and dot it with their highlighter, bingo marker, or marker. And here's another example. Here's the letter J. Have them find the letter J. You can always help them. Put a mark on it and continue. Even during the early years, I don't think it hurts to start teaching the map. You can start with simple states such as Texas, California, Florida, Maine, Hawaii, Alaska. These animal Melissa and Doug magnets are awesome for teaching your child different animals, different sounds that they make, categorizing them by habitat. You can also categorize them by animals with 4 legs, animals with 2 legs, which animals swim in the water, which animals are house pets. We also organize them from big to small. You could do so many different things with these. We often line them up on the fridge, like on 2 different ends on the fridge with big animals versus small animals, so just have fun with it. I will link these below as well. To work on your child's fine motor skills, you can use a bunch of clothespins and you can put them around a container and have your child pinch them, put them into the bucket, and then take them out of the bucket and pinch them back on. This is pretty difficult for Lennix right now because you have to pinch pretty hard. He can rip them off though. However, we found a fun activity where we just clip them to each other's shirts like we're dinosaurs and pull them off of each other that way. So you can explore that way. Just be careful, supervise your child at all times. But this is something he really enjoyed with clipping them onto his shirt. Here you will see I took 3 clothespins and I numbered them 1, 2, and 3, and I also numbered them by color. Then have your child take the pipe cleaners and clip the color and corresponding number for each one. So there's 1 green, I clipped 1 green. Then there are 2 blue, I clipped on 2 blue. Lastly, the number 3 is in red, so have your child clip on 3 red pipe cleaners. This is great color, number sorting, and fine motor skill. Make stop and go signs to teach your child that green means go and red means stop. I wanted to share with all of you that I found these pack of 3 puzzles at Walmart for under $2. It's like the next step up. I recommend them to your child as well. I showed this busy book from Eric Carle back when I did the animals video a long time ago. I will link it below, but basically there's a story and then there is a placemat with 4 different animal habitats, and then there's a bunch of plastic animals that are like so cool. Lennix loves them. So again, you can categorize these by wings like I'm doing here, all the animals that have wings or all the animals that have antennas, and so on and so forth. Here I'll open up the mat so you can see the different habitats, and then you can just with your child place the animals accordingly into each picture. To try something a little bit different, I got this huge roll of paper that I allow Lennix to color on, paint on. I also bought these Melissa and Doug stickers. I absolutely love them. They are huge. They come with 500 of them, and they are only $4.99 exactly. This magnetic maze is a great fine motor skill and also teaches number and color sorting. I purchased these punch-out numbers at the Dollar Tree because this is how I teach Lennix his numbers and letters. I tape them to the wall and then I have them pull them off. Like if I'll say pull number 1 off, and he'll do it.
What number do you have? 2. Go ahead, pull it.
For children that you are trying to teach how to read, take flashcards with words and pictures, cover up the picture, and then have them try and figure out the word that corresponds with the picture, and then lift up the flap to see if they got it right. Right now I'm going to be doing this with Lennix as far as like what letter starts with K or vice versa, covering up the K and then having him, say king starts with K. So you could do that as well. Writing words on index cards and taping them to the corresponding object is a great way to start to introduce reading to your child. For a fun rainy day activity, take Mega Blocks or any type of blocks and make a path for your child to run in and out of. You could also line them up by color and do it that way. Last but not least, I have this activity where I take a container or a bowl and then put sand in it with rocks. I have numbered the rocks 1 to 4, and then I give Lennix his construction trucks that he can scoop up the sand and the numbers with, and we work on our numbers that way. This is like a really fun interactive activity that I think most kids or boys would love.
All right, so then put number 3. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye guys!